At this junction in late July, like the weather, getting hot matters. Union Omaha scorching. 4 wins out of 5 into playoff position. Host Lexington Sporting Club has gone ice cube mode. Winless in 5, losers of 4 straight. 2 teams going different directions. Omaha looking to keep surging. Lexington looking to U-turn. It's a battle in the Bluegrass State. Union Omaha visits Lexington Sporting Club. And good evening from Toyota Stadium in Georgetown, Kentucky. I'm Ken LaVicka. Let's jump right into the USL League One standings. Northern Colorado surging. 32 points, top of table. Union Omaha sits that coveted 6th position. And then Lexington Sporting Club in 10th. 14 points in the table. Let's look at what happened to this Lexington Sporting Club side last time out. A really tough one to stomach Saturday night at Central Valley Fuego. Had a man advantage, then conceded 2 goals almost immediately. I test to you for Lexington would pick up his 5th of the season, tried to rally the troops, but it was not enough. And it was a head-scratching defeat, the 4th in a row. Diouf has starred, and he has shown brightly. 2 goals in the last 2 matches for a Lexington side in desperate need of more goal scoring and especially more poise defensively. Union Omaha, well, this is a side that kept battling, and after a red card late found a way to win, but it was not a good start for Union Omaha on the road, conceded in the 10th minute. But Junior Palacios, look at that blast from 25 yards out to draw things level. And then magic in the closing moments. Luis Gil, a diving service, able to pick out Dion Akoff. In the 94th minute, he was the hero. It was all 3 points on the road for Union Omaha. There's Noe Mesa, 9 goals this season. That's tied for 2nd in USL League One. He is the all-time leading goal scorer in Union Omaha history. What an exceptional talent and what a season he is putting together here in 2023. 2 teams, vastly different directions. Can Lexington find a way to halt the skid? Can Union Omaha continue their red-hot play? We'll find out on this Saturday night. This is USL League One on ESPN+.
Lexington is the Kentuckiest place in the world. Just look at it. It's by far the bluegrassiest, the bourbonist. See? The artsiest, and hands down, the horsiest. Oh, look, that one has a baby. I don't know why you would look anywhere else. Looking for the coolest, most Kentuckiest getaway? Look at Lexington.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or get up?
Perfect.
Who's not a runner now?
Good, we're gonna take it
You
up.
don't have to be an elite athlete to be treated like one. UK Healthcare, Orthopedic Surgery, and Sports Medicine. The power of advanced medicine.
The ageless wonder at 35 years old, Don Smart, the veteran of this Lexington Sporting Club side, honored pregame his 100th career USL League One appearance. He has been a staple of this league since it began play in 2019, and a well-deserved round of praise for Smart, who will be in the 11 tonight. Sam Stockley starting 11 for Lexington there. You do see Don Smart as part of the Lexington midfield. This side has lost 4 in a row. And you've got Machel and Diouf at the top of the formation. Nico Brown, 5 goals on the season along with Diouf, and he will assist out of the midfield. Union Omaha, Dominic Casciato, his side, second straight road match, and without Luca Mastrantonio on the red card suspension tonight. Milanesa, Palacio, Suahi, and Akoff are the back line. Rashid Nuhu, the outstanding goalkeeper, and Noe Mesa, who is in the Golden Boot conversation here in 2023. You mentioned his name, there he is. Mesa with his bright pink cleats here tonight, this artificial surface. Home of Lexington Sporting Club. We await the whistle from our referee, Benjamin Meyer. There's the whistle. We are underway. USL League One action Saturday night from the Bluegrass State. We are in Georgetown, Kentucky, Toyota Stadium. Lexington Sporting Club and Union Omaha. I'm Ken Levicka. Glad you're with us on this Saturday night. The hosts, Lexington Sporting Club, come in only 3 victories on the season, 9 defeats, 5 draws. That's 14 points, 10th in the table. They have lost 4 in a row. They are winless in their last 5. Union Omaha, they have turned it on the last month. They have 6 victories, 4 defeats, 7 draws. They have gotten over the virus that had plagued them through a vast portion of May and June, which was draws, unfortunate draws, undeserved draws, and they've broken through 25 points, and currently 6th in the table is Union Omaha. The injury report brought to you by appropriately UK Healthcare. Lexington has not reported any knocks coming into tonight. Stefan Mueller and Eddie Gordon are out tonight for Union Omaha. That is your injury report. This is the first meeting all time between these sides. Lexington, the new squad here in USL League One, one of 2 new sides in USL League One this season, but this their first year of play as opposed to one Knoxville that saw action in League Two a year ago. The expansion side taking on one of the standards in this league, Union Omaha. And here's Union Omaha with an early opportunity, defended well, and that's blasted out of play by Cesar Murillo, the former FC Dallas man, and forward Madison Mingo. Union Omaha, the champions of USL League One in 2021. And a foul against Union Omaha, and they're attacking third. Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL League One and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit www.us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Joe Brito was the guilty party on that foul, expressed his displeasure to the referee, Benjamin Meyer, and now it's play resuming. Things have been a bit chippy here early. Had an early whistle parade here. Kickoff temperature 82 degrees, bright sunshine. Here just about 20 minutes outside of downtown Lexington and the University of Kentucky campus. This Georgetown, Kentucky, this Toyota Stadium, 5,000 seats. Well, it attempted something cheeky there, or it was just mishit for Union Omaha, and Amal Knight just watched that sail over the sponsor boards behind his goal and well wide. Amal Knight, the Jamaican. This is his 13th start of the year for Sam Stockley in goal. Georgetown University is an NAIA school. It's one of a handful of artificial turf surfaces here in USL League One. Lexington Sporting Club debuting their all-black collection tonight. This is their 4th kit. It's easy on the eyes, easy to see numbers. I give it a thumbs up. Well put together. And for those of you on social media who love the more kits than victories joke, well, stop being petty. Union Omaha into the box. Step over once, twice, mishandled. And Lexington's able to win it back. And there's Ates Diouf trying to get Lexington out on the counter. And it's tackled out of play and a throw-in on the far side for the host, Lexington Sporting Club. Now Lexington still scratching its head, wondering how it was defeated by Central Valley Fuego last Saturday. They were up a man after a red card was given to Fuego in the 35th minute. And then Lexington went full meltdown mode from there as Fuego scored via Eck, the 17-year-old, and Chavez in the 48th minute and 57th minute. Diouf would score in the 62nd, but it wasn't enough. 2 goals conceded in a defeat on the road after going up with a man advantage. Sam Stockley, though, has said that his team remains vigilant, his team remains positive, there's good energy. And I'm sure he is looking here in the early minutes for any residual effects from that defeat out on the West Coast. Here's a giveaway. It was Flamini who was able to send Lexington in on the attack, and now a free kick as Akoff drags Diouf to this artificial surface. So after the giveaway, Diouf and Akoff battling. The referee says Akoff got a handful of Diouf's shirt and took him to the ground. This from about 40 yards. Machel will stand over it. It's much easier to determine the yardage from goal to goal when you have the football yard lines on the pitch. Machel and Tariq Muhammad eyeing Rashid Nuhu's goal. Machel is going to punch this to the back post, and it was a bit too far for Cesar Murillo. And nothing doing there for Lexington. And that is our first look at Rashid Nuhu. You can't talk Union Omaha without speaking of their outstanding goalkeeper. 2-time Golden Glove winner in USL League One. Last season, the League One goalkeeper of the year, and it wasn't particularly close. The 27-year-old has been nothing but strong and overwhelmingly consistent in his time at USL League One. Another sloppy giveaway from Union Omaha. Lexington into the attacking third. Laid off to Machel. Now played by Robertson. This is whipped into the box. Headed away by Sawahi. And it will race into the corner. Akoff will spray it out of danger. This will go for a Lexington throw-in. We've talked about it, 4 straight losses for Lexington, winless in the last 5. And what's especially frustrating is this streak of trouble, as that's defended away nicely, came after what was a positive 5 straight unbeaten for Lexington. But now it's free fall mode. They've conceded 30 goals on the season. That is the second most in USL League One. Oh, this is misplayed. Is there an opportunity for Nico Brown? Nico Brown! He grabs the turnover, knows what to do with it, and beats Nuhu with a left foot, and it's time to dance. 10th minute triumph for Lexington. Nico Brown, number 6 on the year. 1-0 to the home side. We've been mentioning that Union Omaha has looked particularly sloppy in the midfield. That got through Palacios and Nico Brown. It looked initially as if that might have been too heavy a touch at the end, but Nuhu backed off. Brown had the angle, and Brown beats Nuhu. That was beautiful. And frustration writhing on the ground is Marco Milanesa. And the Lexington Sporting Club with an early strike they absolutely had to have. The last home match for this Lexington side was against Tormenta, and that got away from them in a hurry, a 5-1 defeat. How good does this have to feel to come flying out of the gates? Now Diouf is looking for more. Diouf had Brown for a moment on the left flank. Diouf hits the ground. Lexington will hold up play, and now the referee is going to stop play, and we're going to have a meeting of the minds here. Diouf is unhappy. The referee says, Ates, you don't have to police this. I'll handle it. Well, Union Omaha is going to have to cinch it up. After an unlikely road win going down to 10 men at 1 Knoxville on Tuesday, where they also conceded in the 10th minute. Union Omaha found a way to come back. Can they do it 2 matches in a row? Playing with fire, that approach. Away from Werner Park. So Nico Brown, the 10th minute goal for Lexington Sporting Club. He now leads the team in tallies. He has 6 that have found the back of the net. And that Nico Brown goal also delivers him into the top 3 in scoring in USL League One. We have had a lengthy stoppage here. And it looks like Steven Dos Santos has suffered an injury, and he comes off clutching at his lower back. Dos Santos making his 9th start of the season for Dominic Casciano's Union Omaha, the 33-year-old veteran. So he walks off. We're still not sure if this means he's going to have to be substituted in for. Problems compounding potentially here for Union Omaha. And now Don Smart, rare start for him tonight, number 7 on the year, stands over this free kick. Smart, 3 goals on the year, including the first ever goal in a competitive match for Lexington Sporting Club in franchise history. This probably a bit too far for him to give it a go, and he is going to deliver it short. On to Muhammad. Muhammad turns on the Jets. Left-footed cross, headed out of the area. And now Mesa was dispossessed, but it will lead to a Union Omaha throw-in. Well, Union Omaha, they come into tonight 12 points in the table in their last 5 matches. They have been red hot. 4 victories, 1 defeat since a very frustrating 1-1 draw at home June 21st against 1 Knoxville, which was in a long and headbanging 7-match stretch where it was nothing but draws and lost leads for Union Omaha. That was the exclamation point. A debated foul in the box that led to a late 1 Knoxville penalty conversion. And you wondered, were things going to start fracturing for Union Omaha? But since then, as I mentioned, 12 points in the last 5, 4 victories, 9 goals scored, only conceded 4, but they have conceded a 5th now as we head into their 6th match of this improved play. This will be played back to Nuhu. Last season, Union Omaha, 10 victories, 7 defeats, 13 draws. They finished 5th in the table. Quarterfinals of the League One playoffs, bowed out in extra time, a 1-0 defeat to eventual runner-up Chattanooga. Here's Mesa. 2 defenders flanking him, and he'll distribute. And Union Omaha will reorganize. This punch to the left of the area, read well by Mesa. He couldn't draw the foul, so he gets right back up and goes back to work, and he earns his side at corner. That is extremely well done. Outstanding effort from Noe Mesa. Yes, he loves the spectacular goal. Yes, he loves to plant himself in front of the goalkeeper, but there he worked hard to earn a set piece for his side as they desperately seek some sort of momentum and try to get back on the front foot here in the opening quarter hour of this match. That's why he's one of the best in the league. Mesa will line up just outside the 6-yard box as we await an in-swinging corner for Union Omaha. They jostle in front of the goal. This is chip back post, headed up into the air, a fight for it, a punch, it's loose in front of goal, and it's blasted away. And then it's volleyed back into the mixer, and that is deflected over the sponsor boards, and another corner coming. That was absolute chaos. It's headed up into the air by Skiers, and then it rolled around, and finally Amal Knight was able to get a touch on it. He was able to find some help, have it delivered outside the area. That was precarious, and a bit nail-chewing there for Lexington. Here comes the corner again. This is floated, and nobody home. And now the race is on, and a good hooking tackle from Brito to avoid Lexington going off to the races. Lexington has been an absolute mess defensively. 14 goals they have seen hit the back of their net in their last 5 matches. And talking with Sam Stockley this week, major concern after some of the defensive fiascos they've seen over this counter-attacking Union Omaha side, but Lexington has been very much on the front foot. Nico Brown, there's a whistle in the box. They're going to call the foul on Brown. It was a low cross. Brown pushed Akoff in the back. That was the right call, well seen by Benjamin Meyer. Akoff, the 31-year-old veteran, working hard to make sure Brown didn't get an opportunity at a second. That was a bit mis-hit on that low cross by Tate Robertson. There's a foul from behind. That's whistled against Lexington's Tariq Muhammad. There's been a lot of jawing. Diouf has done a lot of it on the Lexington side. Here's Mesa in the midfield. Union Omaha looking to finally establish some sort of attack here. That finds Diouf. There is room to run all over the place for Lexington. Gaping holes. Muhammad, left-footed cross, almost found a head, and it would have been point blank. And again, more jawing, more talking, and Benjamin Meyer says that's enough. Man, the marking for Union Omaha has been questionable at best. That was a split second ahead of Machel. That could have easily been 2. Minute number 20, it's a 10th minute tally for Nico Brown, that's the difference. And this will be handled near the left side of the box by him all night. Brito will watch it onto his right foot. Last year's U.S. Open Cup hero in round number 3 in the upset, one of several at Minnesota United. Brito with a spectacular chest to right foot blast in front of goal. Now Union Omaha trying to run it up the left flank. Good shape here from the Lexington defense. Much maligned, but so far so good. Just not a very crisp start to this one for Union Omaha. JP Skierce, wearing the captain's armband, does well to hustle and win back possession for the visitors. This will trickle on tonight. Union Omaha, after playing Tuesday in that grueling 2-1 victory at Knoxville, they actually stayed in the region, did not head back to Nebraska. Instead, spent a couple of days in Louisville, and were able to get some work at Louisville City of the USL Championship. The runner-up a year ago in the championship, their facilities in preparation for this one. Let's look at this Nico Brown goal off the turnover. Fleet of foot, able to churn his way to that left post and then beat Nuhu, who was stretched too thin, trying to range back to his left. That was an outstanding hustle goal. All Nico Brown, 6th of the year. And that's where the scoreline stands, 1-0 to Lexington. Hand in the air, here's the free kick. Far post, headed back into the 6-yard box, whistle, foul. And that will end that threat. Lexington, despite sitting 10th in the table, they do have 4 USL League One Player of the Week award winners this year. Was trying to get themselves on some consistent footing. The defense has been the biggest issue, but the goal scoring has definitely not been consistent. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2023, whether your club's on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of USL League One action on ESPN Plus, home to the USL La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. That's ESPN Plus, where you're watching us here tonight. USL League One. This is the 19th match of the season for Lexington. Union Omaha, 18th match of the season. Union Omaha has been able to claw and scratch its way back into a top 6 position. Here's a long ball up the right side. Will this stay in play? The answer is yes. And it's punched on to Nico Brown. Chests it down. It's played back to Robertson. Robertson tried to probe. Wisely lays it off to Brown. But there's Mesa once again. Not exactly in his job description, in there to mix things up and try and do something positive for his side. He has an outstanding work rate, does Noe Mesa. You can't help but be impressed every time you see him, especially on an evening where nothing has looked easy for Union Omaha. They've had a tough time getting going. Mesa is trying to will them into something positive. Into the middle. Surprise, there's Mesa to win the possession back. He is flying all over the place. Brito maintained possession, keeps his footing. This is well done by Brito. Can Union Omaha find something here? Miscommunication with Akoff, and the answer to that question is no. All that work, all that effort, and then Brito and Akoff not on the same page. For all the talk of Mesa, though, in his 9 goals, he still comes into tonight 5 behind Trevor Aman of Northern Colorado. I mean, he is just scoring at a prolific pace. Oh, Brito able to take that off the foot of Muhammad, and now we're going to have a card and perhaps a bit of retaliation out of frustration for Muhammad. A bad giveaway, and then he flung his foot out. And that card came out in a hurry. There you see the giveaway, and that is reckless there from Tariq Muhammad. And he will rue the sloppiness of that challenge. Probably didn't even need to make that challenge, and he's in the book in the 27th minute. Marco Milanesa, a 24-year-old Italian, will deliver this with his left foot, with his team trailing 1-0. Milanesa into the middle of the area and headed out of the box. And then that's hooked out of play by Union Omaha. The referee came over to check on Robertson, who I think might have taken a swipe across his leg. There you see at the top right of your screen, number 10 in white. That's Steven Dos Santos. Last time we discussed him, he was coming off clutching at his lower back. He did return to play as this will tightrope the touchline and is launched 30 feet into the air, and it'll bounce on this artificial turf back to Nuhu. So it looks like Dos Santos is fighting through any pain he might be having in the lower back region. Dos Santos has had quite a pro career here in the States, as this will be blasted into the stands, leaving no room for doubt all night. But Steven Dos Santos, Rochester Rhinos, Ottawa FC, Pittsburgh Riverhounds, Tampa Bay Mutiny before making his way to Union Omaha. Dos Santos is the 7th leading scorer in USL Championship history. Speaking of veterans, here's Akoff. Union Omaha is full of them. It explains a lot of their success since their inception. First with Jay Mims, who was the father of this franchise on the pitch. And now Dominic Casciato. This is headed into the box. That was dangerous for a moment. Mesa popped it up into the air, but it couldn't find the end of any delivery. It was actually Dos Santos who punched it on to Mesa. Mesa kept it alive. Skeers was making a late run, but Mesa just couldn't put that in the vicinity of Skeers, and it rolled out of play. But Union Omaha starting slowly but surely, starting to put themselves into some dangerous positions, making Lexington think about it, starting to ask some questions. Man, this Akoff versus Diouf battle has been worth the price of admission. You've got two absolute stellar athletes just track meeting one another here in suburban Lexington, and now we're going to have a water break as we hit the half-hour mark. Temperatures above 80 degrees at kickoff, so a hydration break per USL League One rules. And that'll give us a chance to show you again the individual brilliance of Nico Brown back in the 10th minute off of a Union Omaha turnover. This really developed out of nothing. It was misplayed badly by Junior Palacios, and Nico Brown took advantage. Look at him line up Nuhu. It is difficult to go 1v1 against Rashid Nuhu and win that battle, and that's exactly what Nico Brown did. All confidence and a rightful celebration. He earned it. And that's where we stand, 1-0 to Lexington Sporting Club. There's Dos Santos again, who doesn't seem to be having any ill effects with that lower back. USL second annual summer showcase signals the start of the sprint to the finish. Philip Goodrum and FC Tulsa head west to face Romario Williams in Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. FC Tulsa Switchbacks FC Wednesday, August 9th, 9 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN2. It's the USL on ESPN. And you got to look at Connor Doyle. He has featured in every single match, 2021, 2022, and this season, 2023. This is 18th match. This is 16th start. Oh, a collision outside the box. And Dos Santos going to be called for the foul after getting tied up with Cesar Murillo. And Dos Santos is unhappy with that decision. Oh, how did that find Diouf? But then Diouf mishit it, and I'm not sure what he was trying to do. Was he trying to chip the keeper? Was he trying to feed it ahead to the run of Nico Brown? Very uncharacteristic for Montez Diouf, because Muhammad put that on a dime, pivoting. And again, it was Palacios absolutely being blown by, and I still don't know after replay what the decision was there for Diouf, unless it was a combination of both, and that was the end result. It is rare that Montez Diouf makes the wrong decision, especially with what looked like a chance for him to just run in on Rashid Nuhu's goal. Bizarre. So Union Omaha escapes trouble there. Here's Brito up the right side. And Don Smart, wily veteran, says denial. Akoff, the late hero against One Knoxville Tuesday. Earns another throw-in. Once again confronted by Smart, who was honored with a kit with the number 100 tonight, 100 appearances in USL League One. And that heads towards our cameras here in the stands at Toyota Stadium. Don Smart, who scored the first ever goal for Lexington Sporting Club, was the first ever signing for forward Madison upon their birth in 2018. And then made 53 appearances for Greenville before headed here to Lexington here for 2023. before debuting for Lexington this season. Smart actually did have 100 appearances on the dot for both Forward Madison and Greenville, but it wasn't 100 total USL League One appearances. Akoff, can he unleash his shot? Akoff just didn't feel comfortable on his left foot and never had a great ankle, so instead he heads to Noe Mesa. Mesa delivers it back to the outside. Here's a delivery headed up and over the bar and out of play, through the uprights in fact. That was good shape to that attack for Union Omaha, but sent too high by Skiers. That was well delivered, right idea. The execution just not there, but another question asked by Union Omaha. This has certainly not been a clean opening half for the visitors, but nothing seems out of reach for the team that currently sits 6th in USL League One. If you're a Union Omaha fan and you want to be encouraged by something, and boy, that was a high boot, that's a card. And I don't think that that was purposeful, but it certainly was dangerous. And so into the book, Kalen Fox. So you've got the left back and the right back for Lexington Sporting Club now in the book of Benjamin Meyer. That either caught Sawahi in the chest or in the chin. I couldn't quite see exactly where he was clutching at, but he definitely took a boot, and it was pretty obvious. But he appears to be okay, and he trots into the Union Omaha attack off the free kick. Let's see what happened here. Actually, it was not Sawahi. That was Shivani Willis making his first start of the season. He took it right in the chin. That'll be headed unexpectedly onto Knight. Late to react, but then falls on it. So Fox and Muhammad in the book, something that Sam Stockley's going to have to think about on the Lexington touchline. Now you get a look at the former FC Tucson man, Kalen Fox. Fox, a local hero, went to Kentucky for a portion of his college career. As a high schooler, was Kentucky Mr. Soccer in 2012, the state player of the year. Nuhu, always confident distributing, picks out Akoff, but it'll find its way back to Nuhu. Nuhu, always active. He is certainly not your conventional goalkeeper. You'll always see him bouncing around back there, trying to get involved as much as he can. And all of that, with Nuhu a part of it, leads to an attacking third throw-in for Union Omaha. He is such an asset. He's so bouncy, so springy, so athletic, such a good goalkeeper, but also he just makes you think. Akoff. On to Sawahi. And then Shivani Willis. Is he going into the book? As he prattled into Tariq Muhammad? And yes, he is. Well, it was Willis who took a high boot moments ago that had Kalen Fox showing a yellow for Lexington, and now Willis here earns himself a yellow of his own as he runs right into Muhammad and clips him from behind. Well, Muhammad was gripping at both his thigh and his hamstring and his knee, so I don't quite know where the pain was. If it was all three, I don't know. But regardless, Willis is in the book. That was the rare three-point grab after a knock for Tariq Muhammad. Is sent high into the air. Nothing but blue skies here tonight. Sunshine as twilight descends upon the Bluegrass State. Diouf wins that ball. Diouf feeds to Nico Brown. Does he have a second? Yes, he does, but the flag is up. It's offside. Hands on head disbelief. It looked like Brown had a second, but it remains 1-0. And boy, we might have to look at that again. I don't know. I'm not sure who the flag would have been up for. Brown spun around his defender as Diouf delivered that pass. I don't think the flag would have been up for Brown, but again, didn't see the full picture. Diouf chases it down in the box. It checks up on this artificial turf. Diouf to the left of the area. Muhammad comes up in support. Tariq Muhammad. Now it's sent back to the midfield. Be careful here. Dos Santos is going to be called for a foul. And boy, Dos Santos, I thought had every right to that ball, but he's going to be bailed out. Or Lexington's going to be bailed out. We'll take a look at this here. Yeah, I suppose Dos Santos was a bit clunky as he came in on Eric Ceja Gonzalez. That's the third time that Dos Santos has been whistled for a foul here tonight. And he spent some time on the touchline nursing an injury. Long ball forward. Right to Diouf. I mean, this is sloppy stuff from Union Omaha defensively. It's put right onto the feet of Diouf. Ates Diouf, 5 goals on the season. Tries to split defenders. Gets into a wrestling match with Akoff. They're still battling. Now they're tied up for the umpteenth time tonight. And now a corner for Lexington. Boy, is Lexington working hard. And I think the referee, Benjamin Meyer, has just determined that Ates Diouf and Dion Akoff, he's going to let them, as long as things don't get out of hand, he's going to let them go mano-a-mano, hand-to-hand combat. UK Healthcare corner kick for Lexington Sporting Club. About 20 minutes from the campus of the University of Kentucky. It's sent short to Muhammad. Puts it on to Tate Robertson. Nifty back heel. Muhammad with his left foot to the back post. Headed towards Nuho. It's a goal. There's 2. Ates Diouf, number 6 on the year. Diouf and Brown have been lethal. Lexington well-deserved 2-0 advantage. I gotta be honest, Union Omaha right now is having its doors blown off. What a delivery from Tariq Muhammad. Ates Diouf. His momentum carrying him away from goal, got enough on it to beat Nuhu to the far post, perfectly placed. A 41st minute goal for Ates Diouf. He has 6 on the year. Nico Brown, who scored in the 10th minute, has 6 on the year. And it's 2-0. A glorious opening half for Lexington. Lexington this season has not lost when leading at the half. 2 victories, 2 draws. That's right, they've only led 4 times at half. Almost assuredly, this will be number 5. Unless Marco Milanese can lead one heck of a surge here in the final minutes of this opening stanza. It has been Lexington, bright, energetic, positive, and the scoreline shows it. Marco Milanese, and that will curl wide. Lexington has been remarkably aggressive here in this opening half and fairly sound defensively after what has been an absolutely shambolic last 5 matches on the defensive side. But here's a giveaway. Is something developing here? Steven Dos Santos had to cut back, and that allowed Tariq Muhammad enough time to break up the attack. It will be a deep corner throw-in. Brito will handle the duties for Union Omaha. he decides to defer to Akoff. Akoff throws it into the box. This is blasted high into the air by Murillo. And now the crowd is reacting. You may have seen it lower left of your screen. Diouf got tied up with Suwahi. Suwahi grabbed at his face and threw himself to the turf. I didn't see it well enough to know if Suwahi legitimately was hit or is embellishing. Suwahi is still down, grabbing at his nose, eye area. The referee has come over. No card came out. Diouf reacted like, are you serious? Let's see if we can get a glance here. Diouf. Oh, well, it looked like, and I don't know if it connected, but it certainly looked like there might have been at least a little bit of an elbow there from Diouf. I don't know how hard it would have made contact with Suwahi, but it certainly looked like, even lightly, something was thrown his direction. But nothing ultimately came of it. Suwahi looks to be okay. And Diouf avoided a booking. Here's Dos Santos, heads to the corner. And it'll be a throw-in for Union Omaha. So that will send Akoff into that corner, and will he throw into the box again? The answer to that is yes. Headed away, though. And Tariq Muhammad will just blast this out of play near midfield. 4 minutes of stoppage time here in this opening half. A first 45 and change that has largely been dominated by Lexington Sporting Club. They've lost 4 in a row, and each loss has presented its new set of frustrations, but this has been a very spirited effort here tonight after a confounding loss with a man advantage for almost a full hour at Fuego last weekend. Akoff back to goal. Delivers it to the top of the box, and that is launched well wide of goal by Connor Doyle, who looks to the heavens in frustration. Union Omaha's run of their run of improved play, their last 5 has been exceptional. 12 points in the last 5. 1 loss in that span. That is in danger because they are being outplayed. Union Omaha, their lone blemish in the last 5. A defeat at Northern Colorado, 2-0. A win at home against Tormenta, 1 at Fuego, beat Richmond Kickers, scoring a goal with 9 men in that match. A loss at Northern Colorado, then the victory against 1 Knoxville. That's the last 5 for Union Omaha. We're inside the final minute of the additional time here in this opening half. At halftime, we'll go through a highlight, show you how we got to this score line, which looks like increasingly it's going to remain the same, 2-0. News and notes from around USL League One as well. The referee says no harm, no foul, including the newest franchise. Their branding announced. As we'll have a 14th USL League One side in 2024. And we'll look at scores from around USL League One, 5 matches on this Saturday. Here's Akoff. And that was strong from Diouf. He's doing everything. He pumps his fist as he earns the throw-in for the hosts. And that is a rightful moment to blow the first half whistle from our referee, Benjamin Meyer. It ends on a hustle play from Lexington Sporting Club and a half that featured nothing but hustle plays from Lexington Sporting Club. 10th minute, Nico Brown beating Nuhu. 41st minute, Ates Diouf on a header trickles it past Rashid Nuhu. And that's where we stand. Lexington Sporting Club, a very deserved 2-0 advantage over Union Omaha. It is halftime. We'll start the halftime show after this. 2-0. Lexington leads Union Omaha. It's USL League One on ESPN+.
Lexington is the Kentuckiest place in the world. Just look at it. It's by far the bluegrassiest, the bourbonist. See? The artsiest, and hands down, the horsiest. Oh, look, that one has a baby. I don't know why you would look anywhere else. Looking for the coolest, most Kentuckiest getaway? Look at Lexington.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or get up?
Perfect.
Who's not a runner now?
You don't have to be an elite athlete to be treated like one. UK Healthcare, Orthopedic Surgery, and Sports Medicine. The power of advanced medicine.
Lexington Sporting Club 2, Union Omaha 0. Let's take a look at the week that was here at halftime in USL League One.
Oh, the midweek matchups never disappoint in League One. One Knoxville and Union Omaha doing battle on Tuesday. 10th minute, and one Knoxville not wasting any time, but looked like Union Omaha was going to clear this away. Not so much. Danny Fernandez makes it 1-0 in favor of the home club. But only 5 minutes later, how about Junior Palacios? A free kick score, we're even at 1-1. Red card for Luca Mastrantonio in the 82nd minute. So now Union Omaha playing with 10 men. You would think, okay, walk away on the road with 1 point. You're happy with that, right? But not so much. Let's go to the 94th minute. Union Omaha not satisfied, playing with 10 men, and Dion Akoff nets it. The game winner, 2-1 in favor of Union Omaha, and now 6 consecutive matches without a win for one Knoxville. That was Tuesday. This was Wednesday. Charlotte hosting Greenville. And wow, what a performance for Jared Mazzola. It was just frustrating. You continue to hit your head against a brick wall, waiting for the bricks to break. Doesn't happen. Omar Sis, Tresser, and Buyu, they had great looks, peppering Mazzola. But the keeper had a club record 9 saves for the Triumph. And Evan Lee gets a look here right at the top of the 18. Can't connect on Austin Pack. We go to stoppage time right now. No score, we're level. 95th minute, the clock is ticking. But how about this? Mazzola, only so much he can do, makes the initial save. The rebound score goes to Clay Dimmick. And that is how Charlotte walks away with a 1-0 win. Heartbreaker for Greenville, but a big-time win for the Independents right there. Don't go anywhere. The League One family is growing, and we're going to tell you more about that after a quick break right here on ESPN+.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams. Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities. This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer. Bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals. Lexington is the Kentuckiest place in the world. Just look at it. It's by far the bluegrassiest, the bourbonist. See? The artsiest, and hands down, the horsiest. Oh, look, that one has a baby. I don't know why you would look anywhere else. Looking for the coolest, most Kentuckiest getaway? Look at Lexington.
Advanced medicine. One expansion team, Lexington Sporting Club. Spokane Velocity next year, as you just saw. Lexington Sporting Club 2, Union Omaha 0 after 45 here in Kentucky. Saturday night, USL League One. I'm Ken Levicka. Let's go to news and notes from around an always entertaining USL League One. And hey, Spokane, they've unveiled the club's official branding. They're preparing to kick off 2024 at the new One Spokane Stadium. That'll be 14 sides in 2024. Santa Barbara Sky coming to the league as well. To be the most amount of clubs, the biggest league any season in the history of USL League One. And the player of the week in USL League One, Northern Colorado, reigning defender of the year, Arthur Rogers. 5th 3-assist match in USL League One's existence. The team of the week there is Rogers. And as you look through this side, you don't see anybody represented who is playing tonight. Lexington and Union Omaha, though. The way Nico Brown and Nates to you for playing for Lexington, you got to think Week 19's team of the week. They are early candidates to enter the team of the week next week when it's unveiled at USLLeague1.com. League One scoreboard halftime, goals galore in the Queen City. 2-1, suddenly hot Fuego. See what I did there? 2-1, Fuego on top. You've got 1 Knoxville after a half an hour. Leading Chattanooga Red Wolves at home. Greenville 2, Tormenta 0 in the 28th minute. Later tonight, Northern Colorado plays host to Richmond. That'll be just under an hour from now. Midweek in USL League One, Forward Madison and Tormenta. 7 o'clock, Fuego and this Lexington side. Charlotte plays host to Northern Colorado Saturday. And then Lexington, Richmond, Chattanooga, North Carolina. Forward Madison, Greenville. That rounds out next Saturday here in USL League One. One final break, then the second half on the way. 2-0 Lexington over Union Omaha. This is USL League One on ESPN+.
Lexington is the Kentuckiest place in the world. Just look at it. It's by far the bluegrassiest, the bourbonist. See? The artsiest, and hands down, the horsiest. Oh, look, that one has a baby. I don't know why you would look anywhere else. Looking for the coolest, most Kentuckiest getaway? Look at Lexington.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or get up?
Perfect.
Who's not a runner now?
Good, we're gonna take it
You
up.
don't have to be an elite athlete to be treated like one. UK Healthcare, Orthopedic Surgery, and Sports Medicine. The power of advanced medicine.
You get a look at the burn behind the goal here at Georgetown College in Georgetown, Kentucky, home to Lexington Sporting Club. It is 2-0 to the host side. Union Omaha has work to do in the second 45 if they want to continue their current run of good play. In the 10th minute, this really came out of nothing. Tariq Muhammad, though, look at the hustle, punches it forward, but it gets through Palacios on to Nico Brown. Brown, 1v1, Rashid Nuhu, the victory to Brown. What a start for Lexington Sporting Club. A left foot finish, had Nuhu leaning right, couldn't recover to his left, and it was Lexington Sporting Club in a dancing mood just 10 minutes into this one. Lexington wasn't done, however, off a short corner. This was well developed. Tate Robertson with the back heel. Muhammad, one-touch delivery. Ates Diouf. Nuhu caught leaning again, this time to the opposite side, couldn't recover to his right. The two most prolific goal scorers for Lexington Sporting Club, who also happen to be two of the most prolific goal scorers in USL League One, Nico Brown, Ates Diouf, account for all the scoring so far in this one. Black-clad Lexington Sporting Club has the 2-goal advantage. The numbers tell the story. Lexington, a 55-45 possession advantage. The two shots that Lexington has sent at Rashid Nuhu have both found the back of the net. 6 shots for Union Omaha. Only one has tested all night. 2 yellows for Lexington, something to pay attention to. Fox, the left back, Muhammad, the right back. But it has been very lopsided, very one-sided to this point. Lexington Sporting Club, a very deserved 2-0 lead. So you wonder what Dominic Casciato might do with his 11 on the pitch. And so here at halftime, we'll take inventory of who's featuring who here. We have seen the back line for Union Omaha look extremely, extremely porous, and so you wonder if there may be some changes coming in short order for Dominic Casciano. And if you're Union Omaha, you're especially frustrated because you have gotten yourself to a point where you're top 6. And you're feeling good about that. And then you're laying an egg here tonight. Pedro Dolabella is going to take out Shivani Willis, who is making his first start of the season. So Dolabella will come on. And you're also going to have Luis Gill, who had the assist on the game winner for Dion Akoff on Tuesday at 1 Knoxville. And that'll be it for Junior Palacios. That is not a surprise. Palacios looked overmatched at times. It was very much an attack from Lexington that appeared to be too quick for Palacios at times in that opening half. So Gill in for Palacios and Dolabella in for Willis. So we had a feeling Dominic Casciano may have considered changes at half, and in fact he did. He makes 2 of them, and that's how we begin the second half. 2 substitutions for Union Omaha with Lexington Sporting Club, a 2-0 lead after 45. Ken LaVicka here with you. Week 19 of USL League One, a gorgeous Saturday evening outside of Lexington, Kentucky. As Mesa is knocked to the turf from behind. And drawing the whistle is Charlie Machel. John Solfaro, our producer tonight here on ESPN Plus. Yusuf Beg on the replay, and Jason Goebel handling your audio duties tonight. All doing an outstanding job, our crew here on ESPN Plus. 2-0 Lexington Sporting Club with the advantage. Lexington came in losers of 4 in a row, winless in their last 5. Union Omaha, meanwhile, winners of 4 of their last 5. 12 points in the table since June 21st. But things have come crashing down a bit here tonight. Got dinged in the 10th minute by Nico Brown off of a poor defensive play by Palacios. And then in the 41st, off of a short corner, Tariq Muhammad, who has 2 assists on the night. He was able to pick out Ates Diouf. Rashid Nuhu's faced 2 shots. Both have found a way past him, which is extremely rare. Last year's goalkeeper of the year and the 2-time Golden Glove winner here in USL League One. Nuhu had 5 clean sheets coming into tonight. That will not increase to 6. The one saving grace for Union Omaha is that they do have 13 points in 9 away matches this season, as this is sent into the area, punched up into the air by them all night. Headed back to the outskirts of the box, and now the chase is on. Union Omaha 13 points, 9 away matches. Lexington only 12 points in 8 home matches this season. So Union Omaha has been just as proficient away from home as Lexington has been on home turf. But again, no matter who the opponent is, trying to claw your way back from down 2 is no easy task. But once again, I'm going to try and give a ray of sunshine here at dusk to Union Omaha fans. This is a Lexington side that's conceded 30 times this year, the second most in USL League One. So don't tune out just yet. There's still plenty of football here in the early going of the second half. A lot can happen. Mesa, unable to connect, and it falls to the feet of Diouf. Diouf has Brown lingering, and now Brown has it. Brown wanted to go 1-2 for a moment with Diouf. It was well defended by Union Omaha, and play is held up. Pushed on to Lamini, and now into the defensive half, and Lexington resets. Charlie Machel, the Englishman and former FC Tucson man. couple of former FC Tucson players in action here tonight. Now in USL League Two, though it appears as if the ultimate plan for FC Tucson is to head back to USL League One sooner rather than later. As we talked about at halftime, Spokane and Santa Barbara heading to USL League One next season. Oh, here's a giveaway. Brito on his right foot, and nothing doing. This is blasted from distance. Oh my goodness. Amal Knight had to make a spectacular save from 40 yards out. The toughest save of the night for Amal Knight. That was Luis Gill, who just decided to give it a ride. Check that. That's Connor Doyle, who blasted it bazooka-esque off his right foot. And Amal Knight was not caught off guard. Some keepers may have been. Knight did not underestimate Doyle and the power that comes out of that foot. And now Nico Brown back on the other end of things. Brown had that trickle across the mouth of goal. Now the chase is on. Robertson kept it in play, but it's going to be a throw-in for Union Omaha. And that shot from Connor Doyle got on Amal Knight in a hurry. Dolabella. Now Akoff. Well done by Akoff. Can he keep it in play? Yes, he can. Can he keep it in play? No, he can't. Well, the first touch kept him straight line sprint. Second touch led him astray. There were times in the opening half Union Omaha did start to apply some pressure to Lexington, but they got too frayed defensively and now find themselves having to go into desperation mode as Lexington has been uncharacteristically disciplined on the defensive side, which is going to be a very welcome sight for first-year head man Sam Stockley. This is rolled to Mesa. Now Akoff to the right. Akoff chugs forward. Gill popped it up into the air. Trying to shield as Dos Santos found Mesa. Tough angle! And he put it wide. It's come to a point where Mesa, even if he doesn't love the look, is going to have to fire away, and that's exactly what happened there. Well done by Dos Santos to fight, and give Mesa that opportunity, but Mesa trying to find the back post, mishit it. You're going to have to, if you're Union Omaha, see an active Noe Mesa in this second half. And Knight launches this into the evening air. Union Omaha, can they throw numbers forward? Gill, the former Real Salt Lake man. Now off to the left. Brito. And a late whistle. Benjamin Meyer says, I saw contact from Don Smart. And now Nuhu is going to be shown a yellow, or make that Amal Knight's going to be shown a yellow, as he blasted the ball out of play and may have said something. That's the third yellow for Lexington as Amal Knight goes into the book. So there's the foul on Smart. And then you're going to see Amal Knight send that ball for a ride, and that drew the ire of Benjamin Meyer. So Fox, Muhammad, and Knight all in the book, all in black Lexington shirts. Connor Doyle stands over this free kick. Will he put it on goal? Will he look for a head? We're about to find out. A goal here in the 54th minute would be massive for Union Omaha's comeback chances. Connor Doyle, good pace, not high enough, headed away. Akoff goes to retrieve. Oh, that got dicey. And now look at Diouf on that. Can Union Omaha keep this out of trouble, keep from the counter? And the answer is yes. Mesa chests that down well. Gill, though, dispossessed. Oh, that's good by Machel, but it's won right back by Union Omaha. Brito. Room to survey. Brito into the box. Brito. Mispossessed for a moment and then got it back. Here's a shot from distance, and Scarce is denied by a sprawling Knight. Two long blasts from Union Omaha. Knight's been equal to the task both times in this second half. Now Mesa. Into the box. Mesa, right foot! Oh, off the top netting. It hit the crossbar, the goalpost, and hit top netting. Almost picked it out. There's that shot from Scarce. Knight was crossed up for a moment. That had a ton of movement on it. He was able to deflect it wide, and then Mesa could not believe that he sent that too high. But suddenly Lexington is being spread thin, and this is a pivotal moment of the match. Union Omaha, this is the best sustained attack we've seen from them all evening long. Oh, look at that back heel, and Mesa nearly got behind the defense. That was Dos Santos putting some flair on it. Union Omaha back on possession. It was a 55-45 edge in favor of Lexington in the opening half. That has completely disappeared here in the opening 10 minutes of half number 2. This is sprayed on to Gill. Gill, his movement has made a difference in this Union Omaha attack. Sent high into the air, kept in play by Dos Santos. Now Brito, the chase is on, and he can't keep it in play. But it will be a throw-in for Union Omaha. Akoff on his right foot. Akoff turns forward. Akoff finds Brito outside the area. Brito redelivers. Oh, it was perfectly placed, but it's launched wide left. Luis Gill is going to be sick about that. He was all by himself, completely unmarked, came flying in, and he wasn't particularly close. He had an entire goal to work with. But it's starting to feel like Union Omaha has a goal in it, has goals in it. This is getting a bit nervy for Sam Stockley's bunch. This more looks like the last 5 matches of non-stop goal concession as opposed to the first half where Union Omaha had trouble breaking down Lexington, and now a hydration break, it appears. Or not yet. We're almost at that point. We have an extended stoppage here, and that has drawn the ire of them all night. And the referee comes up again to tell them enough. No more. You're already on a card. All night waves him off. Tensions rising here in Lexington. But it's the side up 2-0 that has lost its head a bit here in the second 45. Pinballs off of a couple of heads. And back on possession right away is Union Omaha. Brito. Headed forward nicely by Mesa. That's a nice touch forward. Here comes Dolabella. Pedro Dolabella. Left foot. Across the mouth of goal, and Knight able to fall on it before Mesa making a late run could get a touch. Amal Knight has been busy in the opening 18 minutes and change of this second half. And he has been really the sole reason this remains 2-0, and now it looks like he's feeling a bit uncomfortable. The referee, who has had some disagreements with him, is now checking in on him, and he's grabbing at his right shoulder. Cesar Moreo comes up and checks on him. Here comes the head trainer. So on a night that's been overwhelmingly positive for Lexington Sporting Club, you now have Amal Knight receiving some treatment on his right arm and what looks like his shoulder area. We just discussed how busy Knight's been in this second half. And you can see the discomfort on his face as he's having his strength tested. Lexington Sporting Club has the most second half goals conceded in USL League One this season with 17. Union Omaha has come close but still unable to unlock them here through 15 minutes of action. And this is where we believe the injury may have happened as Knight went down to retrieve that low cross from Dolabella. And he's still grabbing at that arm. Sam Stockley does not want to have to place Austin Causey into a replacement situation. And he won't have to yet. No issues with the right foot of Amal Knight. And he torpedoes that away. A rare spell of possession here for Lexington in this second half. We have hit the hour mark. Ken Levicka with you in Georgetown, Kentucky. Toyota Stadium, capacity 5,000. New all-black shirt tonight for Lexington Sporting Club and a new outstanding attack for Lexington with a 2-0 advantage. Goals from Nico Brown and Ates Diouf, which are the usual scoring suspects for Sam Stockley and company. Union Omaha, meanwhile, has been the better side here in the second half, but still have not been able to put a tally in the scoreline. And sometimes things are too coincidental to be true, especially when it comes to soccer, especially in this USL League One, but both coaches, Sam Stockley for Lexington and Dominic Casciato for Union Omaha, had life and football intersect during the course of the week as Dos Santos wins this away and spins into some room to operate. It's played off the ball, that's blasted into the stands, attacking third throw-in for Union Omaha. First we start with Lexington. After the brutal loss at Fuego last Saturday, Sam Stockley flew all the way to the UK, where his son is packing up and moving back to the States and headed home to be with Dad in Kentucky. So that was the week that was for Sam Stockley, heading to the UK and then back, as this is delivered into the box. And then that is delivered well out of play. So nothing like a cross-continental trip for Sam Stockley. And he got back in time for training late week and then this match tonight here at home. And then there's the story of Dominic Casciato, who helped lead his team to a win over One Knoxville on Tuesday, a 2-1 victory. As I mentioned earlier, the team stayed in Louisville, but that is when Coach Casciato developed a dental issue, some tooth pain that required a visit to the dentist for an emergency visit. He needed to go get the source of his tooth pain figured out, checked out. And so it wasn't just football for Union Omaha and Dominic Casciato. It was also a trip to the orthodontist for Dominic Casciato as well. And if that tooth is still hurting him, the dental issues are still plaguing him, nothing about this current score line is making him feel any better. This is what happens during the course of a long domestic soccer season, is sometimes you got to handle life in between the soccer, and both coaches did this week in different ways. Lexington, can they make it 3? Robertson gives it up to Diouf. First real opportunity for Lexington in the second half. Robertson back to Diouf. He falls to the turf. The referee says play on, so Nico Brown says will do. And now, finally, after continuation had been called, Diouf is going to earn the whistle and a free kick here for Lexington, and Diouf hits the turf in frustration and in pain. Robertson stands over his teammate, the referee, Benjamin Meyer, who has been busy tonight. Checks on Diouf's condition. And that definitely was a foul. The referee initially played advantage, but as soon as Nico Brown started heading horizontally, then that was done and the whistle was blown. Diouf is having his right foot looked at. Ates Diouf, his 6th goal of the year in the 41st minute. Brown, his 6th goal of the year in the 10th minute. It's been bizarre for this expansion side. Lexington Sporting Club win this in their last 5. But before that, they had been unbeaten in 5 straight and unbeaten in 6 of 7 overall. They have a win over Charlotte this season, and they've drawn with Northern Colorado and North Carolina FC, all sides that are in the top 6 in Northern Colorado, who sits top of table. But then you have a man advantage at Fuego starting at minute 35, and you concede twice after that and lose to a team near or at the bottom of the table. So Diouf will hobble off, but he is going to stay on. There is going to be a substitution, however, as Pierre Monet will take Pila Dlamini off. So a change in the midfield for Sam Stockley. Dlamini will give way to Pierre Monet. That is the first substitution of the night for Lexington Sporting Club. Union Omaha made 2 at half. Giovanni Willis was taken off in favor of Pedro Dolabella, who has been active, and Luis Gil, who has been a big part of a renewed Union Omaha attack. Replaced Palacios on the back line. Diouf looks like he's still trying to work out that foot injury. Meanwhile, Tariq Muhammad, his left foot right at New, who bobbled for a moment, but able to take it in and now distribute. Muhammad has an assist on both goals tonight for Lexington Sporting Club. This has been a much better effort for Union Omaha in the second half. Still looking for the breakthrough. There's still plenty of time. Union Omaha, though, has already missed a significant window. Lexington Sporting Club has conceded 9 times in minutes 46 through 60 this season. Union Omaha applied a lot of pressure 46 through 60, but no goals. Dos Santos unable to find himself on the end of that. And this will be played back on tonight and launched away. If you can't watch the match, all you have to do is turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. That's Sirius XM. Robertson, can he get around Milanesa? The answer is no. Shielded off well. Now full speed ahead for Akoff. Luis Gil punches it forward. Mesa, always dangerous. Mesa flirts with the box. Now crosses, and whose head was on it? Well, it never rolled out of play, and this will be a throw-in instead for Union Omaha. No, it's going to be a goal kick. Dos Santos and Brito are protesting. The referee says, no, that rolled across the end line. It went off of Dolabella. It appeared. Didn't look like it ever rolled out of play, but the referee said, no, it did. And an unhappy Dos Santos will stalk back and await the goal kick from him all night. Brito. And the referee comes over, and Machel is going to get a card. 4 yellows tonight for Lexington Sporting Club. And this is a Lexington side that is trying to see this through, but now have 4 players on the pitch who have been shown a card, one of them the goalkeeper. I don't know, it seems a bit unfair to Machel. It was just sort of a case of tangled legs, and it looked a lot worse, the outcome, than it actually was. But Machel, regardless, goes in Dominic Casciato's Lexington-filled book. It's been Union Omaha that has had its troubles with the book here recently. What's wild is in the 5 matches where Union Omaha, their last 5 where they've collected 12 points, they've received 4 reds in that 5-match span. It defies all belief how they've been so good with so many reds. Mesa, well, that was something. When you have 9 goals on the year and you're elite, you can try something like that and not have your coach pull his hair out. Anybody else, and not sure Dominic Casciato is not gripping at the top of his scalp. And another whistle. Union Omaha was shown 2 red cards in the win over Richmond at home July 8th, a 4-1 victory. Union Omaha scored 2 goals while down 10 men, and then scored a goal late with only 9 men on the pitch. Well, we were just going to sit back and listen to the relaxing tones of the whistle of Benjamin Meyer. And now we have substitutions. Joe Gallardo will make way. Dion Akoff has been substituted off for Union Omaha. Joe Gallardo will take his place as Dominic Casciato looks for any sort of attacking threat to assist in a potential comeback with around 20 minutes left to go. Sam Stockley at the bottom of your screen. Blue pants, dark blue shirt. He applauds the effort of his side. There's been a lot of energy tonight from Sam Stockley's side. Nico Brown along the end line, mishandled there. There you see the confirmation. Gallardo in for Akoff. Who can break through for Union Omaha? Who can give this side a pulse here? Mesa remains on the pitch. Dos Santos has been active. We've now seen 3 substitutions for Union Omaha. They've been effective because the pressure has been placed on Lexington's defense, but still Lexington has been able to hold firm despite some shaky moments. Mesa able to help play it forward. Now Union Omaha on the run, and there is contact. And Cesar Murillo is shown a card. There was some extracurricular activity near the end of that play, and a bit too physical as Murillo, and he is the 5th booked Lexington player tonight. As Gallardo was taken to the turf, you didn't quite see it there, but Cesar Murillo had a forearm up, or 2 forearms up, and that's where the card came out. At some point, Sam Stockley's going to have to take off some of these players on yellow. There's 5 of them now. He obviously can't take off his keeper, but he's still got Fox, Mohammed, Murillo, and Machel out there. Last thing you want to do is go down to 10 men in a game you've dominated, and this is out of play. Is it a corner? Is it a goal kick? It's a goal kick. And the body language is that of frustration for Union Omaha. You're going to look at J.P. Skiers, wearing the captain's armband, had 7 goals last season and was part of the USL League One first team last year, the 25-year-old. 3 goals this season for Union Omaha, and nearly had a 4th early in this second half from about 38 yards out. On a blast, but all night was equal to the task. Well, the idea from Gill was Mesa. Didn't quite get there. And now Nico Brown doesn't have a ton of support, so he's going to simply lay it off, but he gives it away. Union Omaha starting to resort to long ball and chase. And now a whistle after bodies hit the turf. And the first yellow to Union Omaha. It's a Bronx cheer from the Lexington Sporting Club fans. First yellow tonight for Union Omaha. Tariq Mohammed was taken to the turf by Pedro Dolabella. That's the second yellow, my apologies. Giovanni Willis earned one for Union Omaha in the first half. So Dolabella is now in the book. It was Dolabella who replaced Willis after halftime. A well-deserved round of applause for Nico Brown, who started the scoring tonight. His night will come to an end. Khalid Balagoon will run on and give Nico Brown his well-deserved opportunity to hear it from the Lexington crowd. Sam Stockley still has yet to take any of his yellows off. Lexington, all they really have to do is play keep away. Doesn't happen there, though, as Dolabella wins it back. Long ball forward. And it's chased down. This is Joe Brito. Brito lays it off to Gill. Gill stops on a dime. Gill tried to punch it overnight. Not sure if that was a cross or a shot. Either way, Knight had to think about it, but it just barely floated over the crossbar. Yeah, I'm not quite sure that was intended as a shot. But actually a very good effort, all things considered. Though I think the plan was to try and find Joe Gallardo, who is standing right in front of All Knight's goal. Benjamin Meyer breaks up that skirmish. Lexington is having trouble maintaining possession. That's been the case this entire second half. Noe Mesa up the far touchline. Read extremely well by the newcomer, Pierre Mane. He extinguishes that chance for Union Omaha. Now Mane racing up the pitch onto Diouf, who you've got to think is coming off here in short order. Machel. Good ball forward. Diouf turns. Diouf, fresh leg still. Up ahead. The flag stays down. And it's 3 for Lexington. They've dominated the match. Khalid Balagoon, if there was any question, has just put it away. He just came on as a sub, and he tastes the back of the net. A complete performance, and all 3 points are going to Lexington. Diouf put it on the right foot of Robertson and right on to Balagoon, and all he had to do was tap it in. Knew who had already committed, and a night to forget on the road for Union Omaha. Arguably the best performance of the season for Lexington. The last time they played on their home field, they were drubbed by the defending champions Tormenta 5-1. This has been a complete 180. After a faceplant of a loss at Fuego last weekend, Lexington has come out. They've answered the bell. They answer the challenge of Sam Stockley, and they are going to pick up a convincing victory, all 3 points. Just magnificent stuff from Lexington. For Los Bujos, well, hand to head. Mesa couldn't even unleash a shot as Smart played him off the ball. Good, savvy veteran play. And man, it looked like for a moment Lexington was looking for more. Balagoon was right there, still lurking. This is a long ball forward. Balagoon taken down. Free kick from along the end line. If this was hockey, Ates Diouf would have been credited with an assist on that 3rd goal. Alas, it is not. It was Robertson on the assist to Balagoon. But Diouf very much made that goal happen. He broke that back line open and allowed for Robertson to get behind the defense. Here's Machel. Takes a glance at Robertson. Machel swings this in, and it's headed away without much drama. Union Omaha would like to, for goal differential purposes, still find a way to score here. It all still matters, especially when you're on the border of playoff position like Union Omaha was coming into tonight. We're about to see Tariq Muhammad substitute off for Owen Green. This is headed out of the area. Punch back in. All Night watches it soar out of play. And here is the substitution, Owen Green. There he is, aforementioned. Tariq Muhammad's night comes to an end in minute number 85. A very active night for Tariq Muhammad, including an assist on the goal for Attest Diouf and the goal to Nico Brown. A real good night for Tariq Muhammad, and he'll get a well-deserved round of applause. Right now, as it stands, Union Omaha remains in playoff position in the real-time table. But you can add a team to the mix sitting at 25 points like Union Omaha is. They will not earn any points in the table tonight. Richmond Kickers, they play later on. Northern Colorado, they have 25 points in the table, so it still could be Union Omaha not in playoff position come the end of the night. But one Knoxville currently has a 1-0 lead over Chattanooga, trying to see it through. So with those 3 points, if it stands, one Knoxville would also have 25 points in the table. A UK healthcare corner here for Lexington Sporting Club. And it'll simply be Balagoon trying to joust in the corner. It's delivered back out of play, but possession remains to Lexington. Still don't have an indication yet on stoppage time. There was 4 at the end of the first half. Machel pokes it on to Balagoon. And a throw-in, attacking third throw-in for Lexington. Eating clock nicely now. Mesa finds himself on the end of that long ball forward and taken off the ball without much of a problem by Murillo. But Union Omaha back in possession. Dos Santos to Brito. Brito against Machel. Semblance of build up here, and that comes to an end. This has been a wonderful performance from Lexington. Next up, next Saturday at home against Richmond Kickers. Before a challenging road trip at Union Omaha, as that's headed out of trouble, and at Tabletoppers Northern Colorado. Left foot and right at night. Did well not to allow a rebound on the short hop. Goals tonight for Lexington: Nico Brown, Attest Diouf, and Khalid Balagoon. Diouf mishit that near side to far side, but still retrieved by Tate Robertson, who backtracked. This bounces on Anuhu, and he's going to distribute it on to Brito, and that right there, a true synopsis of the night it's been for Union Omaha. Now Diouf pushes on to Balagoon. Balagoon ranges to his right and then fires it into the side netting. For Union Omaha, it is a trip home for 3 and 4 of the next 5 at Werner Park. The champs Tormenta come in next Saturday, then it's midweek against Lexington. And then it'll be one Knoxville coming in for a rematch of their wild June 21st matchup, 1-1 in Papillion. And then a trip to Northern Colorado August 12th before heading home against Chattanooga on the 19th. We are into the 90th minute. Lexington well on its way to 3 points in the table with 3 points in the score line. And we will have 4 minutes of additional time, 4 minutes of additional time with what appears to be a mere formality at this point. Lexington with arguably the finest performance in franchise history. All things considered, start to finish. Albeit a young history. Of course, there's the win April 15th over the champs Tormenta 2-1 here at Toyota Stadium. That was a banner night in franchise history. There was the win over Charlotte 1-0 on May 13th. But as far as a full 90 performance, executed for the duration, I think this may take the cake as far as full 90-minute showing. And I wonder this week if Sam Stockley will agree. We'll find out. Because again, I'm just a guy. I just call the matches. Always defer to the brains on the touchline. But I'm just throwing it out there. Left foot, and that sent Knight sprawling on that long distance try from Joe Gallardo. It's the 3rd time tonight a Union Omaha attacker has let it fly, and Knight's had to make a play on it. This curling to the back post, untouched, and a goal kick. So Lexington, this will be a very, very different feeling weekend than what they had having to travel back cross country after the setback at Fuego. This is a mentally tough response. A lot of resolve for the men in black tonight. That will fly out of play into the seats on the far side. They're in stoppage time in Charlotte. Another upset brewing. Fuego leads Charlotte 2-1. Chattanooga's just scored against one Knoxville. It's 1-1 in the 63rd. And Greenville in the 64th minute leads Tormenta 2-0. Northern Colorado hosts Richmond in mere moments. As we get into the final seconds of this one, Lexington about to pick up its 4th victory of the season and move up to 17 points in the table. would draw them to within 4 points of the champs Tormenta, who are down 2-0 at this moment, as we mentioned. And a late whistle. Because why not? That's been one of the stories of the night. Lots of work for our referee. This is sprayed to the outside. Mesa gets a head on it. And there's the final whistle. Lexington Sporting Club from start to finish the better side. The deserved victory in front of the home fans. The 4-match losing skid has come to an end. Lexington rights the ship. Lexington Sporting Club behind goals from Ates Diouf, Nico Brown, Khalid Balagoon take down Union Omaha in emphatic fashion. Lexington Sporting Club 3, Union Omaha 0. Lexington will celebrate on their home field. Tariq Muhammad, Nico Brown embrace. It's a night to celebrate for the home side. 3-0 the victory for Lexington Sporting Club. Post-game after this, it's USL League One on ESPN+.
Lexington is the Kentuckiest place in the world. Just look at it. It's by far the bluegrassiest, the bourbonist. See? The artsiest, and hands down, the horsiest. Oh, look, that one has a baby. I don't know why you would look anywhere else. Looking for the coolest, most Kentuckiest getaway? Look at Lexington.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or get up?
Perfect.
Who's not a runner now?
You don't have to be an elite athlete to be treated like one. UK Healthcare, Orthopedic Surgery, and Sports Medicine. The power of it.
Welcome back to Toyota Stadium, just outside of Lexington, Kentucky. And it's team selfie time. Lexington Sporting Club takes down Union Omaha 3-0. And Lexington picks up win number 4 in 2023. How did we get to this point? Well, 10th minute. This long ball sent forward by Amal Knight. Muhammad was able to put a right foot on it. It was misplayed by Palacios of Union Omaha. Nico Brown off to the races. Drew Nuhu out of goal. And a beautiful left-footed finish for Nico Brown, his 6th goal of the season. That would put him into the top 3 in the Golden Boot race in USL League One. Who else entered that race in the 41st minute? His teammate, Ates Diouf. Muhammad again, 2nd assist. Diouf with the head. Beats Nuhu. There's the 6th goal of the year for Diouf. And so the 2-man attack for Lexington, it's been the case all year. They got the job done tonight. JP Skeers from distance early in the second half, but it was Amal Knight ranging to his right to keep it at 2-0. Union Omaha wasn't done though. Mesa just barely floats it over the bar, and that was the last great chance of the night for Union Omaha because Lexington late would make it 3. Diouf up ahead to Robertson. The flag stayed down despite the Brito protest, and it was a mere formality at that point. Khalid Balagoon, who had just substituted on with the goal. 3-0 the victory for Lexington Sporting Club as they end a 4-match losing streak. That'll do it for us on this Saturday night. We appreciate you tuning in to the USL League One on ESPN Plus, Week 19. Nearly in the books. Want to thank John Sofaro, his great job producing tonight. Yusuf Beg on replay. Jason Goebel on audio. All of our fine camera people here in Georgetown. I'm Ken Levicka, your final score for a final time. Lexington Sporting Club 3, Union Omaha 0. This has been USL League One on ESPN Plus. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.